Okay, so like I said, I was going to do a video tonight. And here it is. I forewarned you. Here you go. I got asked after I post the status what the heck is that supposed to mean. Like, whatever comes out of my mouth. The thing is that when I talk, I pick a subject and I roll with it. I go from the heart, from the hip, and my computer's stalling as usual. Stupid McAfee. Anyway, but that's what that means, is that I never plan out what I'm going to say, ever. That's why I mess up a lot, and I'm okay with that because it's like it's more real than something planned out and written down. Without going into too much detail, I was listening to a few things today, and it made me think about a topic that really bugs. It really bugs me. It bugs me. One white woman's opinion, okay? I know that everybody's different. I am fully aware of that. But if you have somebody who, in their spare time thinks about, the planetary butterfly effect, and how space is 3 degrees Kelvin, and the opal rotation of the planets and universal geometry and things like that, let me give you a little tip, okay? If you are interested in somebody like that, and this was not, I want to make it perfectly clear right now, okay? This thing that I was listening to was my own accord. I chose to turn it on and listen to it. It wasn't in any way directed towards me, but I started thinking about some of the men that I've had to deal with in the past. And there is something that really bugs me, and that something is when a man is always, constantly talking about sex. Or always, constantly being cheesy about love. Okay, love is a great thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm an extremely sensitive and passionate woman. When I am with somebody, my hand is always rubbing their shoulders, scratching their back, playing with their hair. I'm a very touchy-feely, lovey-dovey, emotional, I want some, type of person. And that's how I am. Okay? But when you talk about it so much, and you plan things out so much, one, when you sit there and you think about, oh, wow, I wonder what they're like in bed. Oh, I bet you they're fabulous in bed. Oh, I bet this and I bet that, and blah, 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 blah. Okay? You are picturing this huge, fabulous, I don't even know how to explain it, and then you end up having sex with them and reality hits. One, maybe they weren't all that great. Maybe you guys did not click. There has to be a connection there. I'm sorry, but there has to be a connection there for most women. Most women, okay? And a lot of men. There are a lot of very sensitive men out there who need the connection. They need to feel the colors, blend between two people before they can actually go, damn it. Damn it. Not just, yeah, it was good. Could have been better, but I had an orgasm. So I guess I can't complain much. There's a huge difference between that and, I want to do that again. The difference between those two things is that connection. It's those colors. It's that blended emotional click that you have between two people. That is the difference. Maybe somebody wants to touch that body again because that body felt good. Like big muscles or whatever, you know. Maybe that's always nice. But if you do not have that emotional click, it's not going to happen. So, and like I said, this is just my opinion. This is just my opinion. This is what I have learned. But men that sit there and talk about sex at a constant and let's baby, oh, let's baby, oh, let's baby. If you don't know how to work it in instead of let's fuck. For people who think about this kind of shit, that's not going to happen. We need something that's a little bit more than that. We need that connection. We need to go, hang out on the docks and talk and get in here. We need you to get in here. We need you to get in here. We can't just sit here and listen to love and whatever, cheesy bullshit, We need actual communication. We need to be able to talk. And I personally need what I love to call an intellectual orgasm. If you cannot give me repeated intellectual orgasms, you are not going to feel me have a physical orgasm. It's as simple as that. So, just word to the wise, be very picky about who it is that you choose. If you know you're the cheesy one, if you know that you talk about sex way too much, if you know that you psych yourself up for that sort of thing, if you know that you are constantly talking about love, constantly talking about, thinking that romance is mushy, don't go for people like me. Do not go for people like me. When I am constantly running, my head is constantly running. If I'm not thinking about work, I'm thinking about my babies. When I'm not thinking about my babies, I'm thinking about ancient Egypt and as above, so below type stuff. Why the Nile is in the same shape as Scorpio, and things like that. If you want in someone like me, if you want to be next to someone like me, you have to be able to keep up with the conversation. You need to be able to give an intellectual orgasm, repeated intellectual orgasms. And you got to be able to click. If that click is not there, move along. Because people like me, we just don't settle. We need the wow factor. We need the wow factor. And I guess that can go for guys and girls. Like I said, I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth half the times when I talk and on these videos. I push record and I just spit it out. And, I get spicy sometimes. And, well, most of the time I'm spicy, I get a little bit salty. And for those of you guys who don't know the difference, right now I'm being a little spicy, okay? I'm like, hey, here's the shit, here's the deal. Salty is I'm fucking pissed. Right now I'm not fucking pissed. So, just word to the wise, get to know the person, figure out what it is that will work for them, what it is that won't work for them. If you are having a hard time getting into a relationship with somebody that you like, it's probably because you haven't figured them out yet. You haven't taken the time to say, hey, this girl's going to take a little bit more work, but she seems to be pretty worth it. So I'm going to do the work. Or this girl is way too much work. I'm going to go find somebody who doesn't need that much work. It takes a lot from me. It takes a lot from me. And the thing is that it doesn't take much of anything from me. I mean, with my last relationship, he started talking about, he was from Mexico. He started talking about scorpions and full moons and howling coyotes and the desert, and that like fucking hit home. And I called everybody, and I'm like, dude, I am interested in somebody right now. I'm sorry. If things don't work out, I'll let you know. I closed all the rest up. It hit home. Sometimes that's all it takes, is just talking, getting to know somebody. But for people like me, like I said, the mushy, cheesy stuff, corny lines, they do not work for me. They don't work for me. And that's probably the reason why I'm single so much, is because I have a very high intellect. Sometimes I don't give a crap what things are spelt like, and the things, sometimes don't come out of my mouth right or whatever. But I have a very high intellect, and you have to be able to keep up with me and leave the mushy bullshit out of it and ease into it. So basically what I'm saying is just get to know the person, see, and find out what's going to work and what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do, how much work you're willing to put into it. And if you're not willing to put the work into it, then don't even fucking bother. Fin.